Welcome to the NFC East Roundtable, a weekly live show featuring top-tier insight and analysis on all things NFC East from the best creators in the division, including Dallas Cowboys creator Jake Tuck, Philadelphia Eagles creator Simone, New York Giants creator Kid Blue, and Washington Commanders creator Rio. Catch the NFC East Roundtable every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern on the NFC East Roundtable YouTube channel. What is up, NFC East football fans, and welcome into another edition of the NFC East Roundtable. Sorry we're late. A little bit of traffic on the way in for a couple of the gang, but we're all here ready to rock as we're recapping a wild Week 6 in the NFC East. You better open up your ears, because I don't think I've ever said this before, and I'm not sure I'll ever have a chance to say it again. We'll see what happens, because the new era of the New York Giants is here. But as of right now, every single member of this panel, including yours truly, suffered a loss over this past weekend, except for the New York Football Giants. On tonight's episode, we recap what we saw in Week 6 out of the NFC East. And of course, on the back half of the episode, we look forward to Week 7, previewing and predicting all the games within the division. So without further ado, let's bring in the gang. Jay Tuck, Rio, and the man of the hour, KB.
Let's go, baby! Woo!
Ironically enough, Simone running a little late tonight, fellas.
Yeah.
She'll be here eventually, and I know KB can't wait to chat with her. And we'll dive right into it, because that game was nearly a week ago, and I'm sure KB's been celebrating every moment since. How about them New York Giants?
Congratulations, KB.
Giants, baby.
Congratulations.
I appreciate that, guy. I appreciate that. Hey, it's been a long time coming, baby. I knew this was worth it. I knew there was a reason for all this. Let's go.
We're celebrating KB tonight, and by the way, we're celebrating Rio. It's Rio's birthday, so give Rio a happy birthday in the chat. He needs it. He needs it after last night, right? And I know the feeling. I know how it feels to lose on a Monday night right now, Rio, believe me. So give Rio some love in the chat. We're going to be giving KB some love right now, and he deserves it, because those New York Football Giants last week, and I had the football to the Giants here, KB, because they deserve it after what we saw last week. Jackson Dart, Cam Scattaboo, they put on a show in front of a national stage on Thursday Night Football. The New York Giants double up the reigning Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles 34-17. Jackson Dart 17-25, 195 and a touchdown. The stats don't do it justice. The guy looked phenomenal throughout the evening. Cam Scattaboo, everybody's favorite player in the league right now, 19 carries, 98 yards, 3 touchdowns. The Giants' offense was remarkable. And what was even more impressive was the defense shut down the Philadelphia Eagles offense to the point where they couldn't throw, they couldn't run, they could not do anything. If you threw away the records and if you had no idea what the history of these two teams was, you would have thought watching Thursday night that the New York Football Giants were the team that was contending for a title this year, not the team on the other end who just won one. That's how much of a topsy-turvy, what the hell game am I watching Thursday night was. So, Jay Tuck, I'm going to start with you here. What did we see Thursday night? Were you impressed? What's the future look like after what you saw there for both these teams? Because that wasn't a good showing for Philadelphia. As great as it was for New York, man, was that bad for Philly.
Are you sure you want to talk about this game? Because I probably want to wait till my sister Simone gets
You know what?
Right? I know. She hid it. She know we're going to talk about the game first because it's happening on Thursday.
I'm going to pull here we go. I'm going to pull a audible when it comes to this segment. I need to see her face on what happened. I want to see all of this, right? But if she doesn't pull up, man, I mean, kudos to the Giants. You know, the Giants had this young, new, energetic quarterback in Jackson Dart. You know, we sat back for many years watching KB, you know, missed out on Shador Sanders, missed out on Jaden Daniels, kind of go through the pain. But it looks like the New York Giants have found their guy, man. He's playing outstanding. He has a new swag. I love Jackson Dart for this one reason. His chain be going crazy on his chain is going. His diamonds are just dancing out there on the field. He has some swagger about him. And then you add on Cam Scattaboo, the Tasmanian devil out there. He's just playing, punishing old school football, running through the Philadelphia Eagles. And like you said, if you did not know the records or the history of this team, you would have felt like the Giants was the better team. They out physicaled Philly on both sides of the ball in the trenches, and they're doing this, which is scary, without Malik Neighbors, y'all. So it's just like, I do not know what's happening. This is not just a any given Sunday. Oh, the Eagles got caught slipping on a trap game. Absolutely not. They lost the week prior, right? So the Giants went out there, played hard-nosed football, punched the Eagles in the mouth, and we are seeing what the Eagles really look like when their quarterback has to be the main ingredient. It doesn't look the same. So the Philadelphia Eagles have some problems, but shouts out to the Giants for going out there and getting it done. And hell, do it again next week. Do it again next week because I definitely sat back and enjoyed every bit of it.
Jalen Hurts, as you mentioned, Jay Tuck, a back-breaking interception at the end of that game, and it just felt like they couldn't get anything going. It wasn't just
a little overthrow, just a typical.
I think Devontae Smith's still running that route. He was so wide open, and that thing went 20 yards over his head.
That shit to the parking lot.
That was unbelievable.
You ever know, like when you play in Madden and you're trying to do like the precision,
the audible, you accidentally hit something,
far, you gotta get your settings right, man.
And it just immediately turns red, and you're just like, come on, and I completely duffed it. But the crazy thing is, going into this game, I think we might have all agreed, if there's one person that's going to go off, maybe Hurts doesn't have a great day, but this is a homecoming for Saquon. He hasn't had the greatest start to the year here. This is going to be his time. The crazy thing is, fellas, when that game started, boom, it was Saquon. Boom, it was Saquon. And you're sitting there thinking, what was the rush props and why didn't I fire on every ladder there was? Then all of a sudden, nothing from him the rest of the game. 12 carries, 58 yards, didn't do anything. Rio, you're watching this one. I mean, what are you taking away from both sides here in the Giants doubling up the Eagles?
Oh, man, I enjoyed this game for a couple of days, and then my team decided to play Monday Night Football again. But man, the Giants are fun again. They made the Giants fun at football again. Who would have ever thought the day was coming? They have a quarterback that folks actually want to root for and not meme up. Jackson Dart is cool as shit. Like, they're out here violating NFL rules. Brian Daboll went and snatched him out the blue tent and said, fuck your concussion. We need you on the football field. They're fun. Collision course CTE demon Cam Scatterboo made Zach Bond's family. He probably had to apologize to his family after that game because what he did. Like, that man has a family, Scatterboo. They're fun. They don't have no receivers and are somehow one of the more fun teams to watch in the league right now. And if it weren't for a turnover frenzy versus New Orleans, they would have won all of their games since Jackson Dart was named the starter. That is what it's supposed to look like with a dual threat quarterback that can throw and run. It didn't work out with Daniel Jones, but you see the light finding Brian Daboll's eyes again. He ain't been that happy since he was back in Buffalo, and I hate that it's one of my divisional rivals, but at least it's the Giants, man. Good job. I enjoyed that game until last night.
Rio, you enjoyed it. Jay Tuck enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I know KB enjoyed it, but there's one person on this panel that I know did not enjoy it, and she just so happens to be joining us right now, and that is
just in time.
Girl, Simone. Welcome to the program. Better late than never. Good to have you on. Jay Tuck couldn't wait to see you, Simone.
Yeah, we were missing you.
I know, y'all. What are y'all without me, What's
well, it's good to have you.
Without
she got all dressed nice to talk about the game. Love it. Love it.
Sometimes we gotta sprinkle a little bread to the pigeons. How to keep it relevant on this show here. Somebody had to do it.
All right, well, Simone, while you're out walking along the river, dropping off the breadcrumbs to the pigeons, what did you notice along your walk here as your Eagles got doubled up by KB's football Giants?
Am I the last one to talk? Y'all done?
Before KB takes the stage.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to let you talk first, girl. Come on.
It was a G show. Like, obviously, Ringo and Adoree Jackson being on the field at the same time, that is like scary hours. Once Jalen Carter said he wasn't playing, it was given spooky. Okay, when you play these divisional games, you never know what you're gonna get. Okay, these are teams we see twice a year. We know each other very well, right? That's the point of the NFC East. We want to give each other our best. So, Giants, they was at home, New York State of mind. Saquon dropped that documentary earlier in the day, gave them some motivation, whatever. But yeah, once Quinyon Mitchell left the game, I just knew it was a wrap skis. So yeah, I just it happens sometimes,
It does happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe it happened, and you were on the right end of this one.
Was this one a loss or a lesson? And trust me, I know how it feels too. I just want to know for you.
It's a lesson to show we should never have Adoree and Ringo on the floor at the same time. Yes.
That's what it was.
My quarterback will never be in a close game with the Giants in the first place.
Excuse me, were you asking me or were you asking
You were right, James.
My bad.
Okay, thank you. I said my piece.
Let me ask you something real quick, though. Saquon Barkley gets off to a crazy good start in this one on that first drive, and it's just non-existent the rest of the way. What did you make of that? And it wasn't just that he wasn't getting it going. It was the fact that they stopped going to him. He only had 12 carries. This is now 2 games out of the 6 where he's got 12 or less carries in the football game. So what are you making of that? For a guy that wins Offensive Player of the Year last year, one of the best running back years we've ever seen, it's just not that right now, and they're also not giving him the football either.
Well, it's a combination of things. One is Kevin Patullo. 2, it's our offensive line. Our offensive line is dusty, crusty, musty, and rusty right now. Injured and guys underperforming. Obviously, Landon Dickerson didn't play in that game. We've had a lot of injuries and a revolving door on the offensive line. But also, our offensive coordinator is super, super, super questionable right now. The good thing is, when we had our issues last year, it was the offensive line that was really vocal in, turning things around. So this year, Lane Johnson is speaking to the media and he's saying, we got to cut the bougie. We got to go back to what we was doing last year. Saquon Barkley pretty much saying the same thing, like we can't play conservative football. We can't, try to do too much trickery or feel like we have to, be conservative. So Saquon Barkley is saying she got to change. Lane Johnson is saying she got to change. So it's good to know that group is finally speaking up and not just, the usual, no, Jay Tuck, you're not the moderator stuff. Thank you.
I am the moderator, though, and it looks like Jay Tuck's in the back of the class with a question.
Can you put Simone Solo Cam back on for 1 quick second for me?
Sure thing.
I think I see a D and a star around that necklace. Hey, sis, I feel you. I feel you. Hey, come roll with us. I got you. Come
Let me get this around. First of all, I knew that might get me in trouble one day. The star is for me. I'm a star.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't from Dallas, but a star. You know what I'm saying?
I was getting ready to say, if you want to convert, we got some.
She was already ready to change sides already.
Oh, man. Simone, it's amazing what 2 weeks can do. You and I were both at the top of the mountain last week, and now look at us just a week.
Z-Ball, we're not the same. I'm still the top of the NFC. But I still feel for you, brother.
I appreciate it. Unfortunately, Drake May and the New England Patriots have different plans than what you guys got going on in this division. I know KB, though. Jackson Dart, Cam Scadaboo and company, they got plans. I don't know how many times I've said this on the show, KB, but it's had to have been a dozen times where I've said, I don't know when it's going to happen, but there's going to be a moment where we're going to come on here and it's going to be your night. It's going to be your time. That is tonight, KB. The floor is yours. Talk to us, baby.
I appreciate it. Thank you to everybody. You guys know we started this show in 2024 last year, and we've been through a lot of lows, not any highs at all, because even the games the Giants won, I didn't want them to win. So it was just really bad. And this is probably the first time I'm actually wearing Giants gear for the first time on this show, a jersey and a hat. I haven't done that yet. This is what happens when you have the guy. This is what happens when you have the quarterback. It doesn't matter who you got out there. We had Lil Jordan Humphrey out there off the practice squad. Jalen Hyatt caught the first 3 passes of 2025, and we have 5'8" Wan'Dale Robinson breaking every tackle possible, putting Andrew Makuba sliding on the floor for a touchdown. So Man, I'm still in awe that this happened. And it happened on Thursday, which was perfect because now I get to enjoy it even longer. As Sunday, we got a big game coming up. But man, there is so much to talk about this game. I don't even know where to begin. Shout out to MetLife Stadium. The reason why Jalen Carter did not play in this game. Maybe Eagles fans will join our cause into trying to make this a grass field because MetLife came through for us on Thursday. But more about the game. Jackson Dart, Cam Scoutaboo, absolute show. Cam Scoutaboo, a hat trick. You couldn't stop Cam Scoutaboo. He put Zach Bond on his ass. Jackson Dart took the shoes off of Jahad Campbell. I mean, they did whatever they wanted to do. And under the big lights, it did not faze Jackson Dart. He has arrived. Sure, he's not throwing for 300 yards a game, but just look who he's got as his weapon. He's not going to throw for 300 a game, but hopefully one day he'll get there. But he's got the moxie. He's got the poise. He's got just the aggression out there where he literally for the third time this season already, he's thrown into the tent for concussion protocol and is thrown right back out there because he wants to get out there and go win the football game. It happened once in preseason, already twice in the season, which is a bit concerning, but that's my quarterback. And you can see where this team is without him because Russell Wilson came out there for a play and it was god awful. He got booed off the field after one play. Man, the defense came out strong. Brian Burns, 2 sacks on Jalen Hurts. Man, there's so much to talk about. I can't even wrap my head around it all. But thank you everybody for believing. Well, I don't think anybody believed in our team, not even me. But we are here enjoying this win, and yeah, man. Shit. What else do I talk about? Jalen Hurts. Shout out to Jalen Hurts. Shout out to Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. You thought it was cute, Saquon. You thought it was cute to put out a documentary about all your feelings, all your video diaries while you were with the Giants, and coming out here and putting it against in the first game at MetLife. I think this is his first game at MetLife since he left the Giants. I don't think he played last year. But came to MetLife in prime time, try to put it on the Giants and stick it to them Giants and be all petty, and it wound up backfiring on you. The guy couldn't even promote his own documentary because he used the game as the promotion, and it didn't go his way. And then he's on the press conference talking about, I've got no emotion towards it. I think I just left it in the past. Of course, now he left it in the past because he got his ass whooped. You talk about that first drive. You got to talk about that first drive, the 18-yard run, 13-yard run, 31 yards and 2 carries. The rest of the game, 10 carries, 27 yards. Z-Bot mentioned how they didn't use Saquon. They didn't use Saquon because they panicked because they couldn't get any yards out of the guy. And then they had to put the game into Jalen Hurts' hands. And what happened? He overthrew Devontae Smith on a easy touchdown. That would have been like a 90-yard touchdown. And then he threw an interception right to Cordell Flott out of all corners for what almost was a pick six on one of the more easier routes you can throw, the speed out. And it was on off coverage as well. You couldn't have thrown a worse ball than that. But shout out Jalen Hurts. Shout out Saquon Barkley. You made my entire week. So, yeah. I rest my case.
Don't let the Giants get
First of all, pay attention.
Oh, yeah, and A.J. Brown was wide open on that interception, too. I just want to say that.
First of all, if
Jalen
Hurts didn't throw that interception, you wouldn't have been able to celebrate your Week 6 Super Bowl.
Oh, we would have still won. We would have still won, girl. What are you talking about? Y'all were down 10 points at that time.
Second of all, I'm glad we can hand out Lombardis in Week 6 to y'all. You're welcome, okay? We would have did it last year if we knew it meant so much. Last year when Saquon was on the flow.
It's all right. We got y'all in 2 weeks.
He was on the flow last year. Pay attention. I know you wasn't watching last year because you was in your feelings because Saquon was returning to MetLife on his way to winning a Super Bowl trophy. Okay? Thank you. He's not worried about y'all.
I thought you guys aren't worried about the Super Bowl trophy anymore. I thought that was in the past.
You brought up last year saying Saquon didn't play here last year. Yeah,
look where the world turns into.
Now it turns into last year. Now it turns into the ring count and what happened.
You brought up last year saying Saquon didn't.
I didn't talk about the Super Bowl.
No, I'm reminding you what he did last year on his way to the Super Bowl. Be respectful when you talk about Saquon.
No respect to Saquon. No respect to Saquon.
Be respectful.
And now he's hiding in his corner again. He don't want to talk about the Giants no more. But he loved to talk about the Giants. Loved it.
He was right in front of the media after
that dude act like he escaped a gulag in his documentary.
Like the professional he is. He was speaking to
so professional.
Hey, Z-Bot, that was the only game that happened this week on the NFC East Roundtable.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get out of here.
Love it. The only team, Victoria. I mean, come on. You couldn't ask for a better week.
No,
love it.
We have won how many combined games, and have y'all seen any of us act like this? I'm telling y'all, he think he getting a banner.
Listen. My franchise has been down in the dumps for like 15 years. I deserve this.
In fairness, Simone, you wasn't here last year because out of 8 of the weeks, he had a bag over his head. So, he got a little bit. He had a bag over his head for damn.
Let's set some standards for the show, please. Let's set some standards.
I'll tell you
what. Over two rings and over.
I think KB's villain arc has begun. We just got a glimpse of what KB will look like if the Giants are good.
That would have been me the other week.
Don't let them win 4 games this year. He might explode. Head gonna pop off.
Well, KB, listen, I'm so glad you had your moment. We'll look to see if you get another one this upcoming weekend against the Denver Broncos. They almost lost to your stepbrother in the New York Jets, who had -10 passing yards, and they still almost lost that football game. So wouldn't rule out a potential other moment coming around the corner here for Jackson Dart and those New York Giants. Well, we're glad you had your moment because nobody else on this panel had a moment all weekend long. Unfortunately, it was a rough outing for the rest of the NFC East. Let's start back on Sunday with the Dallas Cowboys. The offense certainly there. The defense, as we know, it is. And Dak Prescott, 25 of 34, 261, 3 touchdowns. George Pickens, what a day. 9 catches, 168, a touchdown, 27 points for Dallas. It was not enough to beat the Carolina Panthers. 30-27. Carolina wins. Dallas falls to 2-3-1. Rio, you watch these Cowboys games and you just have the same thought every time. Man, if they had some semblance on defense, this team would be scary. But unfortunately, right now, they just don't.
Yeah, I play them boys next week, and that offense is high-powered as they come in this league. But like some problems we got here in D.C. right now, that defense ain't stopping a soul. Like, if you don't run for 200 on the Cowboys, did you play football on Sunday? Rico Doo-Doo Dowdle had back-to-back 200-yard scrimmage game. Those are words that no one – like, there's not a single person who put in a crystal ball that Rico Dowdle was going to have a 2-week stretch like he's had right now. Bryce Young, legacy drive. Ted McMillan with a 2-touchdown game. The Panthers were getting their shit off. Like I said, through Thursday's game and through this game, I was having a phenomenal week 6. Week 6 was magical. I was sky high. Dallas is losing games to the Panthers. I think I was the only one in the panel that predicted the Panthers to win this game too. So shout out to Carolina for getting it done. Now we get an upset Dallas at home where they are a different team when they in the dome. We getting Cowboy Rita Tuck next week, but keep pounding Panthers. Shout out to y'all for doing God's work. If only my boys could have did what they did.
Jay Tuck, I wouldn't feel too bad. Rico Dowdle's got another 200-yard game coming around the corner against my Bills in 2 weeks. That's a promise. So he's going to keep the train rolling. Did it against the Dolphins, against your Cowboys, and I'm sure it's coming around the bend again here at some point. But like Rio mentioned, it was kind of out of left field. He talked the talk going into that Dallas game, and he certainly walked the walk in this one. 30 carries for Rico Dowdle, 183 yards, and that wasn't even the full entree because he had 4 receptions, 56 yards, and a touchdown as well. KB, what'd you make of the Panthers beating the Cowboys?
Guys, if you would have told me that if you gave Rico Dowdle 30 carries and you said you won the football game, I would not believe you. And not only did he have 30 carries, he had 183 yards on the ground. Rico freaking Dowdle. Like, he's having like a legacy 2 weeks right now. I don't know how long he's going to keep it going, but damn, I mean, listen, he put his money where his mouth is. He was saying to buckle up. And y'all were not, your seatbelts were not fastened. I'll tell you that. He led the Panthers in rushing and receiving. How about that? Bryce Young looked great. 3 touchdown passes. And listen, I really feel bad for Dak. Dak, you got to get out of there, man. You have to get out of Dallas. I don't know what they got going on in Dallas. You know, they made that big trade to stop the run, and you know what? It was working for a couple of weeks, stopping the run. And of course, they weren't doing anything versus the pass, but man, they completely laid down and died for their former player Rico Dowdle, who really hasn't had a lot of success with Dallas. And he comes over, you guys go to Carolina, I believe, and he shows you guys, he sent you back home with I was gonna say a joke there, but I don't know if I can say that on this stream. But yeah, shout out to the Panthers. Keep pounding, and Dak, you got to get out of there, man. You're not gonna be able to sustain having that. You need to score over 30 points to win games. I know Dak can do it week to week. Doesn't matter who he has at wide receiver. He's already shown that. The problem is there are going to be weeks where he's gonna put up 27 points, which should win you a football game, probably 7-8 times out of 10 should win you a football game, and it's just not enough because the defense cannot stop literally anything. So it sucks to be a Dallas fan because you guys are going to score a lot of points, but you guys are going to be biting your nails every time your team is on defense.
Simone, I know your Eagles went down, but maybe the silver lining in all of it, them little boys dropped another one. What were your thoughts on the Cowboys losing to Carolina?
My thoughts is boys will be boys. I love the baby. Keep pounding. Rico Dowdle, my hero. I owe you my day. When I tell y'all I was conjuring up the biggest spirits I could conjure. On Sunday, I had the greatest attitude. I'm telling y'all, I woke up with the best attitude on Sunday. I wasn't even asking the football gods for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was just thankful for another day on this planet. When I tell y'all Sunday and Monday delivered me, not only did the little boys lose, they lost in the best way possible. They was putting up highlights. George Pickens hurdled somebody, flipping around, doing all kinds of tricks. He gave me a great show, okay? Gave me a great show, okay? Offense stalled just when I needed it to. Panthers, they gave me a little scare because they had to punt late. I was like, oh, Lord, they punting away the game. But boys will be boys. They had to stall out when I needed them to stall out. Rico Dowdle, I saw him walking to the press conference. That boy was tired, okay? But he did what I needed to do on Sunday. I was elated. The only thing better than the Eagles win sometimes is a little boys loss, especially a game they supposed to win. Keep pounding. We lost to a bum-ass team. So did y'all. So did Washington, but we're going to pack them up later in the show. Next.
Oh, J-Tuck, it's hard to ask for much more out of Dak Prescott the way he's been playing in this game. Nothing different, right? He was phenomenal, but it's hard to win football games when you're allowing 410 yards to the Carolina Panthers. So talk to me right now. It's an interesting dynamic in Dallas where this offense might be one of the best in the NFL. Dak could be playing some of the best quarterback in the NFL, but it's just not enough to overcome the struggles on the other end.
Yeah, Dak is playing like the best quarterback in the NFL, like I told everybody on the show. We're not going to talk about that. See this hat, right? We're going to take out the D because ain't no defense in Dallas. But what is going on right now is karma, right? Jerry Jones had this thing in his mind that everyone was replaceable, including Micah freaking Parsons, and you sent them to Green Bay. Now, does anybody on the panel know who's the best number one rush defense in the league is right now? Right now?
Don't be calling on us.
The best rush defense?
It's the Green Bay Packers.
Oh.
The Green Bay Packers has the number one run defense with Micah Podcast Parsons. So this is karma. Right now, the Dallas Cowboys do not have anyone defensively that you need to be afraid of. The pass rush is absent. Bryce Young can sit back in the pocket and do his taxes if he wanted to, right? Our corners are playing almost 9 yards of coverage and space in these soft zones. So when it's 4th and 2, 4th and 3 with the game on the line, you gave Bryce Young a quick slant. Like Matt Eberflus is by far one of the worst defensive coordinators I have seen in a long time. He must go because he's putting his players in bad situations. But not only is he putting his players in bad situations, we just don't have anyone defensively that you need to be afraid of. Osi Odigizua got his money. been a no-show. Kenny Clark played decent in a few games. Sunday, he was a no-show. Our linebackers, they just all over the place, right? We got some improvement when it came to our safeties due to injuries. We had Wanye Thomas out there who played phenomenal. But then you have Deron Bland and Trayvon Diggs who's still battling back from injury. And with these miscommunications, my favorite draft pick in Ted McMillan was just easy peasy getting the end zone. This Dallas Cowboys defense is horrible, and I honestly don't think there's a way that we can fix it this year. But the only thing that keeps things afloat is that this offense, with all of these injuries, as long as I have Dak Prescott out there, I know we're going to be competitive. So we're going to get CeeDee Lamb possibly back this week, which we'll talk about, and some people from our offensive line. But Dak played outstanding. Jake Ferguson played outstanding. George Pickens, he has proven that he is a wide receiver 1 in the NFL, and his price is going up. Javonte Williams struggled a little bit. So offense is doing their job, but this defense is not showing up. And it got to a situation where the Panthers had the ball with 6 minutes left. I knew he wasn't going to get the ball back. And here's how crazy it was. ETN knew not to get into the end zone when the Dallas Cowboys tried to let him score, because he knows if I give Dak Prescott the ball back, he's going to score as well. So it's just that these teams are smart. They know they can do anything they want to, whether it's on the ground or in the air. Rico Dowdle, wasn't a fan of him in Dallas. He was the first person that taught me that you can take your dreads out for 1 week, put them in a bag, and then 2 weeks later, put them right back into your head. I never even knew that was possible until
detachable dreadlock power.
Yeah, one week he had no dread, and then the next week he had them back in. Like I didn't know you can just get your extensions back in. I didn't know that was the thing, right? Went out there and
that's some Jimmy Butler shit right there, man.
Yeah, he had dreads week 1. He took him out week 2, and week 4 they was back. I was just like, what's going on? But he went out there, he called his shot, and he told this defense to buckle up. They know who I am, and I quote. And he ran all over the Dallas Cowboys defense. They should be embarrassed. They should be embarrassed because there was no heart, no fight, no effort. And if they do not fix it, it's going to get ugly bad for the Dallas Cowboys, because defense wins championships. And right now we have the worst defense in the NFL. So we'll have to buckle up again this Sunday versus the Commanders.
That you will. Can't wait to preview that one. That's going to be fun to talk about. They'll see if they can get back
y'all ain't
on
got
track.
to buckle up shit with us, man. We ain't nobody, man.
Well, that could be an offensive.
Bro, we have made Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, Russell Wilson, Joe Montana, Tom Brady. We had Rico Dowdle look like Adrian Peterson.
Russell Wilson looking like old Russ against them.
Yeah, I didn't want to think what Jaden's about to look like. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to do the sleeper picks. Everything Jaden got is up. Just press the up button on all of it, because sleeper now has the ability, you can bet on the same player over and over and over again. Everything up.
I know they let you run it up on the same player now. Shout out to sleeper.
Oh, you can do that now?
Yeah, you can do up.
Thank the Lord. They kept blocking me out.
And they voided Daniels. They down everything.
Yeah, they void for injuries. They void for injuries.
Sleeper let me cash my max ticket with Emeka Ibuka's injury because they voided it out. Shout out to Sleeper.
Yeah, shout out to Sleeper. Not everybody allows injury voids.
Yeah.
Yep.
While we're at it, why don't we give a shout out to Sleeper? Let's head on over here, because not only are they doing it the right way in a multitude of different ways, but it gets even better, because right now, you don't even need to make a deposit to try out Sleeper. Right now, you can get a free $20 entry. And I was out in LA a couple of weeks ago, used my free $20 entry, cashed it during the Rams-Niners game, didn't even have to make a deposit. So the link's in the description below. You download the app, you make an account, boom, free $20 to try out the Sleeper Picks app. And of course, after that, you want to keep rolling, do so with the promo code RTS. Once again, I have the wrong one up here. I will fix that at some point. The promo code is RTS. That'll get you a 100% match up to $100 on your first deposit. Let's take a peek right now over at the Sleeper app. Let's see what they got the lines up for what you guys are talking about, because I didn't know that they were doing that. Now, I oftentimes want to add more than one prop for a player. So that is a new feature, which is cool, because if you know, like, for instance, I knew Bijan Robinson was going to have a Hall of Fame type night against my Buffalo Bills on Monday night, and he sure as hell did.
My God,
so it looks like you can double up now. And let's take a peek if we can do that right now. So let's head on over. Here we are, Sleeper. Let's see if we have the lines up already for Sunday. We were talking about the games within the division here. We were talking about the Moors in this game. The lines aren't fully up yet, but we do have anytime touchdown for Bill. What do you think, Rio? He's getting in the end zone in this game?
He'll get every. Yeah, we're gonna put up points. We're definitely gonna put up points. We ain't gonna stop them from putting up points. We're gonna score some points though.
No doubt. I think this game could probably have the highest over/under total of the
receivers
week.
Off the street coming in to play wide receiver for. We got Traylon Burks washed ass coming in for a triout.
Y'all brought in Traylon Burks
for a triout. Robbie Chosen Anderson on the practice.
Hey, that's Debo Jr., bro.
My wide receiver stick.
Hey, we thin as hell over here, boy. We ain't got no receiver. We throwing it to anybody right now.
Y'all got Debo Jr.
I'm looking at this Giants game. You think Cam Scadaboo's got another one in him? You think he's going more than 55.5 or anything stand out to you in this game?
I would say more than 50, yeah. We say 55.5? Yeah, I'd say more. Let's see. Is that Jackson Dart there? It's hard to see. Is that Jackson Dart with
Dart 173.5?
173. Ooh, that's a hard one against the Denver defense.
Yeah, that pass rush right now.
Yeah, and they have a lot of design runs. Oh man, I probably would stay away from the Jackson Dart.
Look at Dart's rush total, by the way. Look how high it is. 42.
Oh, give me that. Yeah, give me that. Give me over on that one. He's gone like 50 yards, like or over 50 yards, like every game.
And by the way, one thing I'm going to add personally, I've been doing this every week. Bo Nix more on the rushing yards. That seems to be hitting routinely here. So I'm going to add that one in for us. And then we'll go over and we'll take a peek. Where else are we at? Actually, you know what? We got a ton of picks in here. Let's just roll with it. Because right now, with the slip we just built, we're already at a 9x multiplier. We got Bill for the Commanders getting in the end zone. We have Cam Scadaboo more than 55.5 rush yards. Dart more than 42.5 rush yards. Bo Nix more than 16.5 rush yards. Once again, it's a 9x multiplier. If you want to tell that one or create your own sleeper picks slip, do so with the link in the description below. Click it, download it, create your account. Once you use that free $20, use the promo code RTS. That'll get you a 100% match up to $100. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently available in over 25 states. Check out Sleeper today. All right. Speaking of those Commanders who are taking on Jay Tuck's Cowboys this upcoming week, should be a high-flying affair on Monday Night Football. It was a hell of an outing. We were treated to one of the games of the year last year where Jaden Daniels throws a Hail Mary at the expiration, at the buzzer, to beat Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. The Bears got their revenge this time around on Monday night. The Bears win 25-24, and this was a backbreaker, a heartbreaker for Rio because, man, the Commanders had the ball in Bears territory looking to ice out the game, and a fumbled exchange is what does them in. The Bears get it back. They go down. They win the game. Caleb Williams, 17-29, 252 and a touchdown. DeAndre Swift over 100 yards on the ground, 67 yards through the air. Jaden Daniels, efficient day, 19-26, 211, 3 TDs, but did have a pick, did have that fumbled exchange that wound up costing him in this game. Jay Tuck, I'll start with you. You have these Commanders this upcoming week. You've already played these Bears. So what did you make of this one last night?
Man, the quarterback with the pretty nails is owning the NFC East right now. So, overall, I feel like it was a good game from the Commanders on both sides of the ball, but besides the defense, right, the rushing defense. But we all know with Dan Quinn's defense aren't built to stop the run. But, it comes down to turnovers. And like you just said, Z-Bot, they had clutch turnovers in clutch situations. And, Ben Johnson has these Bears playing with a new little pep. Caleb Williams is starting to figure it out a little bit. My guy Luther Burton was getting some traction. They got some talent out there. But yeah, this has been a back and forth matchup. I don't know. I'll let Rio answer this. I don't think this is going to be like a new rivalry between the two. I know they're in the same draft class, but I don't even look at them as the same category as of right now. But overall, it was disappointing for the Washington fans, man. But I've been trying to tell y'all, it was midnight Cinderella. Like those Dan Quinn defenses, they typically start off hot and then they start to look a little funny in the light. But, with Jaden Daniels out there, the season isn't lost, but their schedule's about to get tough. So we'll see how they're about to rally and starting this Sunday versus my Cowboys. Someone's gave $100 super chat.
Holy moly!
First of all, I want to say thank you to my Eagles fans for funding this channel and giving KB, J Tuck, and Rio a platform to spew bullshit. The only people I ever see giving money is the Bears fans. Tell y'all
Cry, Eagles, cry, Eagles, cry.
Podcast giving y'all a platform to spew all your bullshit.
Sponsored by Eagles Tears right here. Yeah.
I don't know if you just said this. I don't know if you said fly, Eagles, fly, KB, but I'm about to say Guy, Eagles, Guy. How about this? Guy with the $100 dono.
That's our first one on the channel, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen Red in a while.
I'm pulling the sound effects out right here for Guy.
The soundboard. Love it.
He's saying birds
his comment is wrong as hell, but we appreciate the support. We appreciate the support. Y'all not lit at all.
They're not lit at all.
We're not lit at all. Not even really close, but we appreciate the support.
Behind me like a king cobra.
Ain't nothing lit in this division. Ain't nothing lit in this division, but shout out to Guy.
Only thing lit up is that D and that star around Simone's neck right now.
My name is Simone Dion SD. Come on now.
I gotta give Jay just bad placement. Though. That was just the star and the D poking out. We didn't see the S. Simone. Okay, that was the problem.
I'll give you that, but also shout out to the birds. Can we have some snaps for the money?
We gotta give him some snaps because it wasn't just Guy. And by the way, Guy, thank you so much. That is officially the biggest donation in NFC East Roundtable history. You wear the crown, Guy, Eagles, Guy. We have more coming in from the Eagles and Green Wingmen saying, Simone, thank you for representing. This week shows a ton of parity and nobody's running away with it. Just need the Eagles playing their best football heading into January. KP has the season to figure
Kevin
it
Patullo.
out.
Apparently the whole entire season is a wash because of one person on their team.
Thank you, Green Wingman. I'll always be here representing the best team in the league and the best franchise. It's an honor. Thank you.
And I'll tell you, Green Wingman, it's not lost on him, Simone. He's enjoying every second of it. We appreciate you, Green Wingman. Thank you. Anthony's coming in. He's saying, Jay Tuck, Joe Witt, worst DC in the game. # fire Joe Witt. He's had enough.
Y'all want to trade? Hey, if it's still in the wrap, we can swap it out.
Joe Witt ain't lose that game last night, man. Y'all got to stop that.
Let's be real, though. It ain't just Joe Witt. I mean, Washington always has a lot of names on their team, but they never really. Yeah, exactly. It's been like that for years.
Open arms.
They be blaming Joe Witt Jr. for everything. Joe Witt didn't miss that tackle Quan Martin did on that DeAndre Swift touchdown. He gave him a 60-yard touchdown. DeAndre Swift ain't ran 60 yards in a year since they played here last year. And
holy crap! Damn!
Wait a minute! Hold the phone.
Hey, are we getting a raise?
Are you kidding me?
Oh man! Hey, when the Eagles are down bad, they start getting
Here's to more Eagles losses, baby. They gotta show their dollar bills to compensate for their losses. I love it. I love it. We beat them into submission. They're giving us money now. I love it.
Robbery.
Yeah. You ever seen somebody get so embarrassed they just start flexing? Start like, how much money you make? How much money? Love it. Hey, shout out Perry.
It's to remind y'all who run this heat. Okay.
Exactly, because y'all gotta embarrass. You guys gotta start flexing. But I love it. Hey, Anthony, we appreciate you here. You and Guy. Love it.
First of all, we're professionals on this show. Let Z-Bot properly handle the super chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Simone. And listen, I hate to do this to my main man, Guy Eagles Guy, but he had the official.
By a penny.
He had the official largest donation.
Do we have a 101?
Do we have a bidder?
Roundtable history for, I think, less than a full minute because my main man, Anthony, he's saying birds run this shit. Go Birds, even in a loss. 4-2. It's nothing to Anthony Perry. Man, oh man. Let's give Anthony and Guy and the rest of the super chatters another round of applause.
An avalanche starts with a snowball, baby. Avalanche starts with a snowball.
Thank you. I have two more. Thank you.
Yes, you do. You got your main man, Joe Robb, coming in, putting Jay Tuck in his spot, saying, Jay Tuck, if you don't sit Joe 2 and 3 and 1 as down.
He said Jay stuck.
Jay stuck.
But you see, ain't nobody still picked up the phone.
Jay stuck.
Ain't nobody picked up the phone. Hey.
Called in, though. That's what I want to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Jay stuck.
Cowboys Nation, y'all can donate, but hey, listen, I'd rather y'all put y'all money on Sleeper and slam all of Jalen Hurts passing or under.
Listen, those Cowboy Ritas, they ain't cheap, man. Jerry's got to get his.
The Cowboy Ritas,
yeah. I want y'all to prosper.
Now, this is one hell of a YouTube username here. How about my main man, Flaccid Slurps? How about that?
Golly.
Simone, we'll let KB hang the banner for this one since the Giants are 5-16 against us the past 10 years. I was almost starting to feel bad. Well, listen,
they pump
however they come, KB.
They're pumping their chest now, but go pull up Twitter right now. They are still there. They need a therapy session over there. They're out here doing like fan meetings on Twitter.
You can write week 6 on this and hang it up in the back. Okay.
All right, do it. Do it for me. Put it over Jalen Hurts. Put it over Jalen Hurts.
Well, in the midst of all this super chat, I think Rio thought he was going to get out of having to talk about his Commanders, but unfortunately, my memory is sharp as a tack. I couldn't forget this one. It was too good of a game. KB, I'll go to you now. We got to hear from Jay Tuck about this one. Talk to me about what you saw Monday Night Football. Great game. Felt like the Commanders had it until they didn't.
Yeah, it was a really entertaining game to watch. It was a little slow in the beginning. You had a couple of turnovers here and there, and of course the weather took, played a part in it. I disagree with J Tuck about the potential rivalry. I think every time these two teams play, it's going to be a rivalry type game. It's going to mean something because, now both quarterbacks are 1-1 against each other, and they were all like at the end of the game. I think the first one was like 18-15 or 18-16, something like that. And then this one was a 1-point game. And I'll tell you right now, the Bears could have put up a lot more points. They had a BS penalty on a Roma Dunze touchdown that got called back because an offensive line was like not set or something like that. It was so petty. But they wound up settling for a field goal on that one. And then they missed another field goal. The Bears did. So they could have put up more points on Washington. I'm not really worried about, if I was a Washington fan, I wouldn't be that worried about it. I mean, the Bears seem to be like winning these random games here. They really put one on the Cowboys as well. And they even shut their offense down, if I'm not mistaken, too. So I wouldn't be too worried. Jaden Daniels still looks good. I mean, Jaden Daniels definitely is slowing down a little bit. Had a bad interception. You fumbled the ball. But franchise quarterback, he's gonna find a way to bounce back, and you see who he's throwing to out there. I mean, it's not fantastic. So he's trying to find a way to get it done. He only lost by a point. And I know the Bears tried their asses off to get that win. So shout out to the Bears. The Bears.
Simone, I know a divisional loss that's tough to swallow, but it's easier to swallow when the rest of the division loses, and that's what Washington did on Monday night. So what'd you take away from that primetime outing against the Bears?
You muted. You muted.
Can't even speak.
I should go in the door on.
So thankful to the football gods. My goodness, I'm just so I cannot believe they followed up like this. Like the ball was in their courts and they literally fumbled. Okay, so I'm like still shell shocked. Okay, I had a long day today. I have not been able to really soak up and process what happened on Monday night. What happened for me on Sunday? I'm thankful. DeAndre Swift, Eagles legend. Thank you, bro. My bro, you know what I'm saying? I was like live texting the game, I was like, so a ton of my family is from DC. So my uncle, he always messaging me after the Eagles, you know what I'm saying? So I was able to get my lick back, you know what I'm saying? He was not talking shit until Jaden Daniels came. Now, all of a sudden, he the biggest Commanders fan. But y'all, I'm just so thankful. I had to rapture up out the bed, had to throw the wham in a circle. Y'all losing, got me a whole bunch of emotion online. So like, I'm just blessed. I'm happy to be here.
You're blessed. We're all blessed. In the building. Go ahead, Simone. Sorry.
The sweetest part of it all was watching Rio through all this Thursday night. Rio beating his chest and.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Cowboys and Washington fans were louder than us. I saw it.
Sunday during the day, Rio, the lane is wide open. They're handing us all this G. And then to see it come down, his son sat down. Rio's son said, "Daddy."
No.
Rio started talking about some. It's Jaden. It was Jaden. Oh, that's Jaden. He said, "Yes, son, it's Jaden." Oh my goodness, you just couldn't have had it happen any better than a script.
Junior. Leave Junior out of it.
Shout out Junior, man.
All day Friday, Rio running his mouth just to get it snatched at the buzzer off a botched handoff. You just could not script it any better. And y'all, I was praying because that kicker, man, Jake Moody, bro. But they zoomed in and his eyes was like that before the kick. I said,
"Oh no!"
He was on something. He was ready to go.
Oh man, I got to give another shout out to my main man Anthony. He's saying, "KB, you know we're cool, but let's keep it a bean,
cool,
man.
Anthony.
You won and still rising up to 2-4. It's a long way to go.
Long way to go, baby.
Brooklyn,
but we're here for the climb, baby. We're here for the climb. Let's go.
Right. Shout out Miley Cyrus, right, baby? It's all about the climb, KB. Thank you again, Anthony. And shout out to Isabel, a new member of the NFC East Roundtable. Eagles fan with the fitting green super chat. Great to have you aboard, Isabel. All right, Rio, I hate to do it, especially on your birthday. I even hate to delay it even further. I hate to delay it even further because the super chats continue to keep rolling. And let me give a shout out to Rock Out, who's saying it was a struggle for most of the NFC East. These teams got to decide who they're going to be. And, well, that's what the Commanders are trying to do right now, Rio. And they were the decided winners last night until they decided to fumble the game away on your birthday, no less. That was coming right around the midnight corner here on the East Coast, Rio. So talk to me, man. That's a tough one to swallow in prime time. 25-24, the L. Walk me through it.
I was talking that shit on stream too. I was talking that shit. Me and my son was living when we got the ball back up 2 points. We out here. Are we going to go for 2 and make it a 10-point game? Or are we going to kick the extra point and make it a 9-point game? Because with 3 minutes left in Chicago Bears territory, Jaden Daniels with the football, we done scored 3. We scored 3 times in the second half after that awful first half. We finally righted the ship. And we're going to fumble a routine handoff. People trying to blame the rain. People trying to blame us not putting Jaden under center. We don't ever put Jaden under center. Why are y'all saying stupid shit now? He done took 9 snaps all season, not under center. And y'all talk about we fumble because he was in shotgun or he was in pistol. Stop making up excuses. I don't care whose stats look better. I don't care about any of that. We didn't get it done last night. We didn't get it done. Chicago begged us for 3 quarters straight to take that game from them. We didn't deserve the win, but we were still in position to finish the game, and we couldn't get it done. I don't care that Terry's out, that Noah Brown's out, that Sam Cosmi's out, that Will Harris. I don't care about any of that. Everybody's dealing with injuries right now. The whole goddamn league's on the injury report at this point of the season. This season is on drugs. But as a team whose calling card is we don't turn the ball over, how you going to win a game when you turn it over 3 times? That Jaden interception to start the game, offense is moving. We about to strike right back after the Bears drive on us. Jaden tweaking. And I notice about great quarterbacks throw the stupidest interceptions. Like all of them, bro. Like Mahomes, Dak, Allen, everybody. Like shit. If we Jalen Hurts interception versus the Giants for a second. Great quarterbacks throw stupid.
I was about to say, you better.
Yeah, the great quarterbacks throw stupid interceptions.
You see how you put Dak in the same breath as Allen and Mahomes. My bad.
I noticed it.
You ain't said nothing about 30 minutes.
So, as folks that can relate, though,
you was Jay stuck for 30 minutes. Now you
don't Dak be throwing some stupid ass picks. Don't his picks be like, all right, bro, like what were we thinking there? Like I don't know. Like Jaden, he has 1 pick on the season. His touchdown to interception ratio is 7-1, but the 1 pick he threw was fatal in the last drive of the game. We took points off the board there. We don't have a kicker that can kick outside. We have an Arena League kicker. We gave a kicker the highest guaranteed at signing to only kick indoors. When he has to kick outdoors, he can't do it. It sounded like he broke the goddamn goalpost last night when he missed the field goal. It was bad. I heard my apartment shake when he kicked that joint. But I don't care how bad we played all night. We still were right there to get it done. And this team has to win off the back of our quarterback and our offense, and the offense dropped the ball. Our defense ain't shit. We know our defense ain't shit. We have to be opportunistic. We dropped 3 interceptions last night, and the only fumble that we forced, we didn't get on it. That was the difference in the game. Turnover. You can't turn the ball over and not force any turnovers and expect to win the game. Also, tackling has nothing to do with coaching. Joe Witt Jr. can't make that tackle for Quan Martin in the second half of that game. To be perfectly honest, the score should have been a lot worse because penalties in Chicago and Caleb Williams having a panic attack in the backfield is the only reason why it wasn't like 41-24 yesterday, but it was very heartbreaking. I think Washington is the only team that could lose a game in that fashion where you just fumble a routine handoff play on 3rd and 1.
Oh, Rio, I'm so sorry it had to happen to you on your birthday, but hopefully, well, I can't say hopefully. We got Jay Tuck in the building. I gotta be down the party line here, but we'll see what happens this upcoming week. Maybe they bounce back for you on a belated birthday gift against the Cowboys. We'll transition.
I forgot it was your birthday. I wouldn't have went.
You didn't get him anything?
No. We need to spare him on his birthday.
Hey, no. We always want the smoke, man. We always want the smoke. I got you though. Just know
I feel like everybody deserves a birthday win game. Dallas. They held off on my birthday.
Hell, last week in the same spot, Trevor Lawrence got a legitimate birthday win, right? So, I mean, you see it happen from time to time, but maybe we get a belated one, Rio. And Simone brought the smoke with the bow and a ribbon. So that was your gift, I guess.
She said his boy said, Papa, it was Jaden.
Oh, man.
I saw you trying to be strong once your son came in. I saw you trying to hold it in. It was hard to watch. I can't lie. It was hard to watch.
I love how Simone's scouting the enemy streams, by the way. She's peeking in the woods, just watching the downfall.
They was clipping me up.
It was on Twitter. It was posterized.
Oh, yeah, it's
even
better.
They was clipping me up. Yeah, I was viral with it.
I got to check that one. I don't know how I missed that.
Oh, yeah, I got to see that. Somebody tag me on that. Somebody tag me in that.
Oh, my God. Hey, let's give a shout out before we transition to previewing Week 7 to my friends over at RotoWire. They have this new tool that I hadn't discovered until recently. It's absolutely awesome. We just went through Sleeper. Obviously, you guys know Sleeper by now. One of the tools that RotoWire has is unreal for using with Sleeper. They have this tool that is essentially the cheat sheet to NFL picks and props. And it quite literally is exactly what I just said, a cheat sheet for the platforms like Sleeper. So as you can see right here, I'll just turn all these other ones off. We'll keep it on Sleeper because that's what, of course, we use here on the NFC East Roundtable. And what this does, this tells you all of the props that are set up in the best scenario to do well this upcoming week that you can add to your Sleeper slip. So you go into picks and props here. You go down to sport, you go to NFL, and then it's right here, top picks and props, and it'll bring you to this screen, and it'll show you who's more likely to go more over their number on Sleeper or less on their number on Sleeper. So as you can see right here, it's telling you Jamar Chase primed to go off with Joe Flacco slinging him the ball on Thursday Night Football this upcoming week here against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So it's telling you that this should be the way to lean in the upcoming game. Speaking of Joe Flacco, this system is leaning towards Joe Flacco lower on his pass yards. So really cool data here that you can help use to get an edge. That's just one of the many awesome features with a premium, where are we at here? RotoWire, Sleeper, RotoWire, they go hand in hand. You use this tool to do the best on Sleeper. So take advantage of it. Link in the description below. Sign up for a premium subscription on RotoWire. And when you do, use the promo code RTS, and that'll get you 15% off. All right. Transitioning from Week 6 into Week 7. How about it? We are nearing the halfway point of the 2025 NFL season. It feels like it just started, but we are in the thick of things as we head in to Week 7. Let's kick things off on Sunday afternoon, the 1 p.m. window, where the Philadelphia Eagles are looking to snap this sort of skid they're on right now, taking on the Minnesota Vikings on the road. This is where they look. The revenge tour. That's right. I forgot about that. How about it? A revenge game for Carson Wentz. Rio, what do you make of this one? Philly and a Minnesota team that I don't know if we know exactly who they are right now.
Come on, Wentz. Come on, Red Rocket. Come on, you Prince Harry looking bastard. We need you one more time. I've seen you. I watched you play at 9 a.m. a couple weeks ago. I need that same guy versus Philadelphia. Please don't be the get-right team that fixes Philly, because at some point the light switch is going to come on and them boys finna get active. Someone's going to do it. I hope Minnesota's not the team to do it. Minnesota's defense is like that. I need Brian Flores sending them at Jalen Hurts, and I need the Saquon Barkley identity of 2025 to keep going, man. I'm going with the Vikings in this one because I'm not allowed to go for the Eagles, and I'm not predicting an Eagles victory. Somebody in the division has to eventually start to look good, and I hope it's not Philly this week, man. Let's go Vikings. Skull Vikings, whatever they do over there.
Also should be noted, Minnesota at home coming off of a bye here, so they do have extra time to get ready for these Eagles. Jay Tuck, will that be enough to get it done over Philadelphia, or does Philly get back on track?
Though I would love for Carson Wentz to have his Rico Dowdle revenge game versus the Philadelphia Eagles, I think the buck stops here. I think the Eagles get back on track versus the Vikings. Damn it. But yeah, I think this is going to be a game. Now, according to AJ Brown, they ain't have no meeting. So I'll leave Simone to talk about that. Was it a meeting or no meeting? But I think eventually, like Rio said, the Eagles will get back on track defensively. They probably should have Jalen Carter back this week as well. They know what happened the past 2 weeks. I think that the Eagles will win this game. So, anytime I bet on the Eagles, they tend to lose. So I might start just taking an insurance policy and just slam the Eagles every week just to make sure that they lose. So, but I got the Eagles winning this game versus the Minnesota Vikings, though I think it will be close for a little bit, but the Eagles will eventually separate. I expect their offense to play with more continuity and get things rolling again. Unfortunately,
I'm scared.
I would be too. I'm starting to sense that. They're feeling it. They're feeling it. KB, I know you're still feeling it after beating these Philadelphia Eagles. Do they get back on track and bounce back after that loss to your Giants?
Go Vikings. Go Vikings.
Right.
Skull Vikings, baby.
You back in the division. You back in the division now, KB.
I don't care what skull means. Go Vikings, man. Let's go.
It's probably something horrible. Vikings were actually like the worst people that's ever lived on.
I agree. They were not role models. But listen, as far as this game goes, man, Carson Wentz, revenge game. I don't know if he's ever played the Eagles since he's been off the Eagles. I don't know if he's ever played against them, but he's got a good team around him. They found a way to destroy the Bengals. I think they lost to the Steelers, and then they barely beat the Browns. I believe that was in a international game, wasn't that? But it seems like he's fine in that offense. I don't really think it's much more of a downgrade, if at all, than J.J. McCarthy, really, to be honest with you. So I feel like their offense is running just fine, and you have one of the best offensive minds in Kevin O'Connell anyway. So it's like, I think Carson Wentz will be fine. And I don't know what's going on in their secondary, the Eagles secondary. I don't know if Quinyon Mitchell is going to be playing in this game because he left that game against the Giants, and then you had Adoree Jackson and Kelee Ringo out there. So if that's the case, I mean, give me Carson Wentz and Jay Jettas out there. But Jordan Mason is running well. Man, I think I'm gonna have the Vikings winning this game. Carson Wentz getting a revenge win against the Eagles, and I think the Eagles continue to struggle. I mean, they may win this game. I wouldn't be surprised however it goes, but I like the Vikings here. I like the Eagles continuing to struggle and trying to find themselves again because they are really frustrated over there. You could see. If you watch that, I don't want to keep talking about the Giants game, but if halfway through that game, if you looked at those players' faces, they were out of it by halftime. I mean, the only players that really were trying to win the game were like Jalen Hurts, but I mean, a lot of those players, hands on their hips, they gave up at halftime, just like the fans did. So I think it's going to be the same thing in this game.
All right, Simone, Anthony's coming back in, and he's saying, Simone, drop some science on these boys for them. Talk to me. They getting it done this week, the Birds?
Oh, Simone, science.
So, first of all, thank you, Anthony Perry, for the super chat. Second of all, we need to see what's going on with these injury reports. Obviously, Quinyon Mitchell got hurt last game. Obviously, the elephant in the room is Justin Jefferson. Okay, so it's a lot of questions as of Tuesday night. We already, Vic Fangio already said Ringo is out for Adoree Jackson, but obviously if Quinyon don't play, then we got Ringo and Adoree Jackson. So I think the biggest key is Quinyon Mitchell being on the flow. Jalen Carter should be back this week. Not sure the status of Landon Dickerson and everybody, but honestly, y'all, Wentz, that would be so hilarious, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be hilarious? Y'all know script writers, they love putting, some she together.
The NFL is rigged.
They love writing some she, okay? So
love a story.
It would be better for me if JJ McCarthy played this game. I just couldn't handle 4 quarters of watching Carson Wentz play against the Eagles during this sensitive time for the Eagles. I don't know how we're favored in this game. I don't know. But yeah, I mean the Birds. Yeah, we gonna win.
Nothing quite like that Carson Wentz rig that we're predicting potentially could happen here. We'll see if it does. But Philly primed to get back on track. We'll see if they do against their former quarterback in Carson Wentz. All right, let's move to the late window on Sunday, 4:05 p.m. Eastern. KB's Giants are back in action. Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterbo looking to keep the momentum rolling. And they're going against the Denver Broncos team that's coming back from London and played a terrible game against the New York Jets. They won it, but man, you can't feel good about it. They're 4-2. Giants looking to get back into the mix here potentially. They win. They're 3-4. Rio, another upset on the horizon here for KB's Giants.
Hey, man, the carrot's got to turn to a pumpkin at some point, man. The clock got to strike midnight at some point. We got to get through the rest of the clock. Bo Nix and company, they stopped. Matter of fact, that Bo Nix team that I watched where they play in London on Sunday, that was a nasty game versus the New York Jets. I'm going to still go with them, man. They going to get their life right this week. Jackson Dart plays a bad game. I'm going with the Denver Broncos in this one. Big Evan Ingram revenge game.
It really was one of the worst football games I had ever seen on Sunday morning, but they did end up getting the victory. Jay Tuck,
who does Surtain have to guard in that game?
A bunch of
listen, but that's the advantage. We're not going to use the receiver. That Pat Surtain, all his talent's going to be wasted because we ain't throwing his way at all anyway. Who cares?
Can Jackson Dart figure it out again this upcoming week with those lack of weapons, Jay Tuck? What do you think goes down New York, Denver?
It's kind of going to be a fun one because Jackson Dart and Bo Nix are kind of similar in their play styles. But I think that Denver Broncos defense is going to play too good for the New York Giants, and Denver is actually at home, right? So I'm gonna lean towards the Broncos, right? I just feel like their defense is a lot better. I highly doubt they're gonna let Cam Scatterbo run all over them, so they're probably gonna neutralize the ground game. Like KB just said, you're not gonna be able to throw to one side of the field with Surtain over there. So I'm gonna go with the Broncos to win this game versus the Giants.
That Denver D is unreal. They sacked Justin Fields 9 times this past Sunday, so they'll look to try to do something similar against Jackson Dart. Will they, Simone? Simone's over there taking pictures, I think. I don't know what's going on over there. You scrolling through the camera roll over there, Simone?
Yeah, shamelessly.
That's all right. Look at me. I don't know if you're able to tell the future in that thing. You're looking back in the past, but look into the crystal ball here. Do the Giants keep it rolling after the W against you guys, or does Denver kind of put them in their place?
The Giants, they'll be coming down off their Week 6 Super Bowl high. You know what I'm saying? So they'll take a little step back. Probably still celebrating. Probably even go to practice. They probably had a parade, scheduled this week. So I'm taking the Denver Broncos Mile High. Bo Nix, ride.
Broncos country, let's ride.
Let's ride, baby.
Oh my
KB, does the celebration continue this upcoming week? Jackson Dart now has a chance to beat 3 teams that are playoff teams in his first 4 starts. Can he pull it off against Denver?
Listen, after you guys know I was down in the dumps to start the season. I thought this was going to be any other season. But after, I know we lost to the Saints, but let's not talk about that. But after the Chargers win and after the Eagles win with Jackson Dart, I now believe the Giants have a shot in any game. Doesn't matter who Jackson Dart is throwing to, as long as he's at quarterback, he's got a shot. You look at the Denver Broncos, they barely survived, limping off the field against the Jets overseas. Then they have to go back to Denver. With the Giants have more rest because they had a home game on Thursday night, so they have a lot more rest than the Denver Broncos do and a lot more preparation. I feel like this would be a good game for the Giants and a good test for them to be fully rested, and Denver coming back from an international game. There's a big test there. Somebody said it with that defense. They had a lot. They sacked the quarterback 9 times against Justin Fields, but Jackson Dart is not Justin Fields. And however, we have the best tackle right now in football, Andrew Thomas, who has not even allowed, ladies and gentlemen, a single pressure this season. That's right, not even a single pressure, quarterback hit, or sack. And Jermaine Illuminor not far behind. He's having an amazing season as well. So if Jackson Dart does get sacked, it's not going to be as much as Justin Fields was, so I'm not too concerned about that. I am concerned about the run game because if you stop the run game and having to stop the run game, you got to stop Cam and Jackson Dart. So let's see if the Broncos are able to do that. But should they, it is concerning to have the receivers that we have. Wan'Dale Robinson, I think he's great, but there's only so much that he can do. And then little Jordan Humphrey, revenge game for him, but let's see what happens. But however, all that being said, I'm going to have the Giants winning this game. With everything that I said, the Giants are going to win this game, and we're headed to the link next in 2 weeks. But of course, don't look past this game. The Broncos are still a really good team, but they've shown that they can be beaten. The Jets were literally they lost by a point or something like that. The Jets lost by a point to them. So it's like I would definitely give the Giants a chance in this game, and I think we're going to win.
Let's move to the marquee matchup within the division this upcoming weekend. The battle between J-Tuck and Rio, the Commanders and the Cowboys. This one could be a high-scoring affair. Both defenses struggling right now. Yeah, really it will be. Just a matter of who ends up taking it, who ends up scoring the most out of that litany of points. Simone, I'll start with you here. Washington, Dallas, a battle within the East. Who takes it?
Oh, little boys versus little Washington. What a delight. What time y'all play?
425, America's game of the week.
Why is every Dallas home game the game of the week?
I gotta make sure I'm seated.
We only play at noon when we play y'all, KB. That's the only time.
You're right. Sorry, Simone.
Last time I checked, I had the full screen. So
sorry, go ahead.
You off your phone now?
It's a digital camera. Pay it some respect.
Thank you, Levi. Anyway,
I didn't even know they make
I'm about to go with the little boys, okay? Because no pun intended, I think the little boys' offense is a little better, okay? So I'm gonna go with the little boys. Obviously, both of y'all defense can get ran through. We've seen it week 6. But I think the little boys' offense is just going to be just a little more electrifying than what we're going to see out of Washington. But I hope y'all tie.
Y'all see her with that
oh my God! If the Cowboys tie 2 times, oh my God, that'd be amazing.
Who else would tie 2 times but Dallas?
Right?
That would be crazy.
Simone thinks this one's all coming down to the little things. KB, who ends up edging it out in what should be a great game this Sunday?
Yeah, this is definitely a game that is very interesting to watch, even if you're not a fan of the NFC East. I mean, this game is going to be fun. Now, Dallas does have a high-powered offense. However, I feel like defensively, I would give the edge to Washington. So I think that's really going to be the test there is when Dallas is on offense versus Washington's defense, because Dallas's defense is god-awful. So I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know who to really give the edge to because Dallas has the better offense, but they have the worst defense. So it's like, is Dallas going to have to, again, Dak is going to have to score over 30 points just to have a chance to win the game. Washington definitely can keep the game a lot closer. Man, I hope it's a tie too. I'm with Simone. I would love if Dallas tied twice. Oh, that would be amazing. But I'm going to give the win to Dallas. I think their offense is just they can score in a flash, and Dak has already shown that he can win despite the defense. Of course, he wasn't able to last week, but he's shown that he can do that. So I'm going to take Dallas here, but it's anyone's game, honestly. I don't know what the spread is for this game, but it's got to be super close.
Seems like everybody's rooting for a tie, including Anthony, who says Washington
we want
versus
a tie.
Dallas. A tie would be diabolical work. JTF is also coming in right now saying, seeing the other NFL roundtable, the NFC East roundtable has the best and most entertaining.
It's the best division in football.
Creators and hosts. How about that?
Best division in football, guys. Come on.
Starts.
Fly us out. Fly us
now
out.
we finally have all 4 teams having Super Bowl wins. The Eagles finally caught up,
Now,
finally.
Now, KB,
you guys were dragging us down for a while, but I'm glad you guys are coming to the Super Bowl party.
Just y'all wait till that.
One little Week 6 Super Bowl, and now you got all this.
Hey, we feeling good, baby.
Hey, the world, wait till y'all see NFC East Hard Knocks in a couple months.
Oh my God, yes.
You know Jerry about to show out. Jerry gonna show out. All them cameras.
That's gonna be Cowboys Hard Knocks featuring the rest of you.
Right.
Oh, Washington's favored by 1.5.
We're favored by 1.5, but that's a push, man. It's a push on.
Yeah, it's a push, I would say.
Rio, your Commanders.
Man. Both of y'all roll your shoulders back. Both of y'all be looking
I got both of y'all picking the Dallas Cowboys to win this game because we have the better quarterback. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm chilling.
Your record almost looking like a countdown right now.
Ton's chilling. I'm going to start with Rio here, though, because he is the birthday boy. So I'll go your direction here first. Do your Commanders bounce back after the Monday night loss against the Dallas Cowboys?
We're going to win on Sunday. We're going to win this game on Sunday because if they don't win this game on Sunday, me and KB might be doing a duo mock draft special because it's about to get real for us real quick because after we play Dallas, it's Monday night at KC, followed by Sunday night at home versus Seattle, followed by America's Game of the Week at home versus the Lions. And it could get really nasty real quick. If we don't get healthier this week, if we don't find our identity this week versus this shit ass Dallas defense, both of our defenses ass. We going cheek for cheek this weekend when it comes to defenses, bro. Both defenses getting passed around like a hot girl summer right now. I'm just saying, it's easy work. It's easy work, but we're going to win the game because 5 going to do what 5 do. And he made some mistakes. He made some uncharacteristic blemishes last night, and he knows it. He takes accountability for it, and he got a standard that he holds himself to and that we should hold him to as a fan base. 5 not losing back-to-back games. We ain't been under 500 since week 1 of his rookie season. It's not going to start now. 4-3 Washington Commanders, man.
We got some super chats coming in. Ashton starting us off saying, Rio Jr., Daddy, is Jaden Daniels going to win us this week? In my British accent. He wants it for the kids. Ashton's rooting for
Simone
the
ain't shit for that.
Yo, I need to find the clip. Somebody need to tag me in that, bro. Please.
I'm sorry, that was the sad. I didn't even laugh. I didn't even crack a smile.
Is that on Twitter? That's on Twitter?
It's everywhere.
I promise you, I did not laugh at that video. It was hard to watch.
I'm sorry, that's really funny. He said, "Damn, Papa, it was Jaden." I said, "Yeah."
He just kept spamming it. He kept saying it. He kept saying that was on Jaden. That was Jaden.
Oh, you hate to see it for the kids, man. You really do. Green Wingman back in. He's saying, how are we not the best channel on the round table? Also, happy birthday shout out to Rio, who's calling a W for his Commanders this upcoming week. Anthony, as he transitions us to the opponent in that game, and that is the Dallas Cowboys. Anthony saying, Jerry was quiet this week after the game, J Tuck. Will he be louder after this upcoming matchup against division rival, the Washington Commanders?
Well, according to Jerry, he said he didn't do a post-game press conference because he didn't like the long-distance walk from where he was to where he had to get to at the Carolina Panthers Stadium. But he was talking today. But this is going to be a fun matchup. And we get to see the 2 best quarterbacks in the NFC East go back and forth. We didn't get to see this last year because it was the Cooper Rush versus Jaden Daniels matchup is what we really got. So we'll see Dak Prescott and Jaden out there. Both teams are very similar. But I feel like the Dallas Cowboys, if healthy, there is reports that CeeDee Lamb could be returning. Cooper Beebe, our center, also our right guard, who's a rookie, and Tyler Booker, and also Kevontae Turpin. So we should have all of our offense explosiveness and firepower. But both of our defenses are bad, but I feel like our defense is worse. But I feel like the Dallas Cowboys will play and show up on Sunday. One, because of the divisional game, so they know what's at stake. Two, I'm in the building, so they know they cannot disappoint me when I'm in the building. So I am going to lean with the Dallas Cowboys to win this matchup versus the Commanders in a close one. But I think it's going to be a back-and-forth battle, high-scoring game, and expect the unexpected.
Hopefully we get the unexpected. Hopefully we get a great game. TNB June. He's got 5 on it. He's got Commanders. He's got Washington winning.
We had 55 on it.
Jay Tuck's got his Cowboys, so we'll see what ends up going down. We can't wait to recap that one next week, but for tonight, that's going to do it. We recapped week 6. We looked ahead to week 7. Can't wait to talk about everything that goes down this upcoming week, including that big matchup between Washington and Dallas. But for tonight, we're signing off. For Jay Tuck, KB, Simone, and the birthday boy, Rio, I'm your host, Z-Bot. Thanks so much, as always, for tuning into the NFC East Roundtable, and we'll see ya.
Roundtable Sports Network is your one-stop shop for all things NFL, with daily live shows covering all 8 divisions in the league, hosted by the best content creators on the web, all on one network. Catch the AFC East live every Monday at 7 p.m. and on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. The AFC West Roundtable live Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. The AFC North Roundtable live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. The AFC South Roundtable live Tuesdays at 7 p.m. The NFC East Roundtable live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. The NFC West Roundtable live at 9 p.m. on Tuesday nights. The NFC North Roundtable is at 6 p.m. on Wednesdays, and the NFC South Roundtable is live Tuesdays at 8 p.m. EST. And of course, fourth and forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network covering all things NFL at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel. Real coverage, real fans.